Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to the discussion of test number 9 phase 1A subject physics. Let's start with section A and the first question. Physical quantity x हमें दिया गया है that is equals to A multiplied by y plus of B sine of CZ. ये है quantity x. हमें उन quantities को ढूंढना है which have the same dimension. Of course, principle of homogeneity that will be applied. Since this quantity is added with this quantity, so they must have same dimension and that dimensional formula must also be equals to that of x. तो पहला option तो सही है, x and ay they have the same dimension. But option number 4, all of the above है, so we need to verify each and every. x and b आइए देखते हैं. ये तो हमें पता चल गया कि this quantity have the same dimensional formula as that of x. और ये भी तो पता है this quantity entire sign that is dimensionless. So therefore b and x must have the same dimension. This is also correct. Option number 3, the product CZ is the angle of sine. और हमें पता है angle of sine that is dimensionless. So in that given case, C and Z, the product that has to be dimensionless. Product dimensionless का मतलब C and Z inverse that must have the same dimensional formula. So option number 3 भी सही है. So therefore, all the above options are correct, यानी कि option number 4. Question number 2, body is dropped, okay, under gravity. हमें रेशियो ऑफ डिस्टेंसेस निकालना है इन द फर्स्ट एंड सिक्स्थ सेकेंड. क्योंकि इनिशियल स्पीड 0 है, मोशन यूनिफॉर्मली एक्सेलरेटेड है. द डिस्टेंसेस कवर्ड इन इक्वल इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम विल बी इन द रेशियो ऑफ 1:3:5 ऐसे ही करते हैं. सो 1:3:5:7:9:11. फर्स्ट, सेकेंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ, सिक्स्थ. तो ये सिक्स्थ है और ये फर्स्ट है. सो क्लियरली द रेशियो इज 1:11, ऑप्शन नंबर 1. थर्ड क्वेश्चन, द फेमस बिग बेन क्लॉक टावर इन लंदन हैज आवर हैंड ऑफ अप्रॉक्सीमेट 10 feet. Calculate the magnitude of change in velocity in 6 hours. Now if you see our hand after 6 hours, it would be exactly opposite, right? Now here the speed is omega multiplied by L, where L is this length, और यहाँ पर omega multiplied by L. Speed same है, but direction opposite है. तो यहाँ पर change in velocity अगर देखोगे final minus initial, of course that will be 2 omega L, लेकिन change in velocity की direction भी होती है. So let's just focus on the magnitude जो question ने हमें पूछा है. अब omega, let's see, that's the angular speed. ये बन जाएगा 2 pi divided by 12 hours. R hand है, so for one cycle it will be taking 12 hours, right? So इसको लिखेंगे 12 hours into 3600 seconds. And finally the length है 10 feet और feet को मीटर में कैसे कन्वर्ट करना, that the question gives us. So 0.305. So this much, you know, meter per second will be the magnitude of change in velocity. Solve कर लीजिए, simple mathematics है, simple multiplication है. So eventually उस meter per second को आप 1000 से multiply कर दीजिए. Option will come in millimeter per second. All right, question number 4. By what percent the impedance in a series LCR circuit should be increased so that the power factor changes from this to this? हम सबको पता है cos phi will be equals to R divided by Z. ये है power factor. अगर आप ध्यान से देखेंगे power factor half हो रखा है. So if the power factor is halved, इसका मतलब denominator that has to be doubled. और Z डबल्ड हो गया। अब इसी को परसेंटेज चेंज में लिखना है। डबल का मतलब कितना चेंज है? ऑफ कोर्स 100%, ऑप्शन नंबर 2। ऑल राइट, क्वेश्चन नंबर 5। There are two frictionless conducting rails placed in transverse uniform magnetic field और rails are connected by fixed resistive arm, इसका resistance R है और बाकी parameters given है, length is L, the speed is V. If the rod PQ is given a rightward initial velocity, the initial current in this circuit. देखो motional EMF के तहत यहाँ पर एक motional EMF develop होगा BLV. This will change with time क्योंकि with passage of time this will face a resistive force, speed will decrease, but anyway हमें तो initial current के बारे में पूछा गया है. So for us the EMF will be BLV. So clearly the magnitude of the current is going to be BLV upon R, यानी कि option number 4. Question number 6. If each side of a regular polygon of n sides has a resistance R, the equivalent resistance between any two adjacent vertices. तो let me make one segment of polygon. इसके बाद ये complete कर देना. This is a polygon. Now एक segment, of course, this has resistance R और हमें equivalent resistance निकालना है between adjacent vertices. मान लेते A और B के बीच में I got to calculate the resistance. Well, A और B के बीच में there is a resistance that is R. So this is A, this is B. और ये जो remaining n-1 sides है, they are in series. So net resistance कितना बनेगा? Of course, एक का R है, तो n-1 will have this much resistance. आखिर में this and this they are in parallel, so RAB will be equals to R multiplied by n-1 R divided by R plus n-1 multiplied by R. Clearly R gets cancelled, so एक R of course that will get cancelled divided by 1 plus n-1, इसका मतलब that will be n multiplied by R. तो कहाँ है ये option? Option number 3. Question number 7, ये क्या कहता है? In a YDSC, separation between the two slits, यानी ये है small d. Distance of the screen from the slit, ये है G, capital D. Wavelength of light, that is there. हमें निकालना है angular position of the first dark fringe. एक बात बताओ, first dark fringe center से कहाँ पर होगा? So that will be y equals to lambda by 2 multiplied by d by d. First dark fringe, so path difference की value lambda by 2. लेकिन हमें इसकी angular position ये निकालनी है. So here, if you see the first dark fringe somewhere here, इसकी angular position, of course, that will be y divided by capital D. यही होगा, है ना? So clearly the angular position required is y by capital D and that is lambda divided by 2 multiplied by small d. आइए एक बार ये angular position को calculate करते हैं. Lambda is how much? 4000 angstrom. So 4 into 10 raised to the power minus 7 बन जाएगा. क्योंकि ये 10 की power 3 है, angstrom 10 raised to the power minus 10 divided by 2 multiplied by separation between the slits 2 by pi millimeter, so 2 और pi ऊपर आ जाएगा और millimeter है denominator में 10 raised to the power minus 3. ऐसा करने से थीटा की जो यूनिट आती है that comes in radian. पर ऑप्शन हमसे angular width डिग्री में चाहते हैं. So कोई बात नहीं, just to convert this that will be multiplied by 180 upon pi. यही करते हैं ना रेडियन को डिग्री में बदलने के लिए. So pi and pi gets cancelled and 2 to 4 will get cancelled. तो ये बना 180 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 4. Okay, so straightforward ये बनेगा 0.018 degree. That means option number 2. Question number 8. Snapshot of a transverse disturbance on a string is shown. और ये जो वेव है ये पॉजिटिव एक्स डायरेक्शन में ट्रैवल कर रही है। हमें पता करना है which of the particle has velocity along negative y direction. Well, velocity of particle is minus velocity of wave multiplied by slope of the screenshot, right? सीधी सी बात है, ये v तो पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन में, तो जिसका स्लोप पॉजिटिव है, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस नेगेटिव, वेलोसिटी ऑफ पार्टिकल विल बी नेगेटिव। सो हमें ढूंढना है ऐसा कौन सा पार्टिकल है which lies in the positive slope of the snapshot. Okay, पहला ही ऑप्शन मिल गया because A will have a positive slope. So slope positive, ultimate velocity will be negative. बाकी भी एक बार वेरीफाई कर देते, B का स्लोप नेगेटिव, C का नेगेटिव, D का स्लोप 0. So of course our answer is option number 1. Question number 9. Particle of mass m at rest breaks into two particles or having non-zero velocities. Ratio of de Broglie wavelength. De Broglie wavelength का ratio that would be of course P2 by P1. कहाँ से आया? Lambda equals to h by p, straightforward. अच्छा, initially this particle is at rest. Unequal particle में it has been fragmented. But conservation of linear momentum के according, if we see, they will be having equal and opposite momentum, क्योंकि initial momentum जो 0 है. So that means P2 and P1 will have the same magnitude, यानी the ratio of de Broglie wavelength will be 1:1, option number 3. Question number 10. Graph shows the variation of log P versus log V and the process is of course adiabatic. इन दोनों में से one gas is monoatomic, other gas is diatomic. हमें पता करना है कौन सी gas monoatomic है, कौन सी diatomic. Okay, I know PV gamma is constant. If I take natural log P plus gamma natural log V will be natural log constant. सीधी सी बात है, this is in y-axis and this is in x-axis. So y equals to minus gamma x plus of the constant. Now straightforward, graph तो straight line का है, y equals to minus mx plus c के फॉर्म में जो है, slope negative है, that means the graph is falling, बिल्कुल ठीक. और अगर magnitude of slope देखोगे, that is gamma. तो आइए यहाँ से हमें क्लू मिलता है. If you see at this given point for A and B, magnitude of slope for B is higher than that of A क्योंकि B graph is steeper. इसका मतलब gamma for B has to be higher than gamma for A. And remember gamma 1 plus 2 by F. F is the degree of freedom. यानी degree of freedom for B will be less than degree of freedom for A. अब आंसर मिल गया. भाई monoatomic और diatomic में monoatomic has lesser degree of freedom. So clearly B will be monoatomic and A will be diatomic. तो both 1 and 3 यानी कि option number 4.